What's up, guys? So we're gonna do our hip internal rotation PAILS and rails. This is used to open up capsular space in the hip joint to increase range of motion in the hip joint. So we're working the back leg here, all right? I want your knee lined up with your hip, and I want your knee slightly extended, or excuse me, behind you, I should say. From that position, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna try and rotate our chest and our spine towards the back leg. Okay, and if you're tight in this area, which is why we're doing it, you should feel a pretty big stretch in the groin, kind of adductor region of your hip, the inner part of your hip. Okay, so we're gonna rotate towards it. And one thing you can think about as well as you hold this stretch, you can think about tucking your hips underneath you. So I'm kind of rib cage to belt buckle a little bit, and that will get a bigger stretch through that hip joint, okay? We'll hold this for 2 minutes. As we hold for 2 minutes, we take deep breaths in through the nose, out the lips, and we continue to try and rotate and deepen that stretch. After our 2 minutes of stretching, we are then gonna go into our activation drills, okay? So for this position, our first series of activation, we're gonna think about pushing our back foot into the floor. So I want you to think like there's a weight scale under your ankle and your foot, and you're trying to add weight to the weight scale. You're gonna push that foot into the weight scale as hard as you can for 10 seconds. So I'm here, I'm stretching, my hips are tucked, I'm pushing that back foot into the weight scale as hard as I can for 10 seconds. After I push as hard as I can for 10 seconds, I'm then moving the weight scale to under my knee, and then I'm trying to push my knee into the ground as hard as I can for 10 seconds, trying to add weight to that weight scale. And after you hold that for about 10 seconds, you can relax, and then again, try and deepen that stretch. So to wrap it all up, you have a 2-minute stretch. Then you're gonna push the back foot into the ground as hard as you can for 10 seconds. Then you're gonna push the knee into the ground as hard as you can for 10 seconds. Relax, try and deepen that stretch. Hold for another 30 seconds to 1 minute. Now it's pretty complicated.